Hi everyone, I'm back. It's been a couple weeks. We're gonna review Alex Garland's new film, Men, right now. So let's dive in with a brief synopsis. Men stars Jessie Buckley and Rory Kinnear. It is written and directed by Alex Garland, and it follows the story of Harper, who's played by Jessie Buckley, who decides to take a trip to the English countryside, 2 weeks, to kind of regroup, figure out things for herself. She's just been through a very traumatic event. Her husband has committed suicide in front of her. So she decides, I'm going to go alone to the countryside for 2 weeks. Smart, right? So she goes to the countryside and she meets up the landlord of this property, played by Rory Kinnear. His name is Jeffrey. He's a little off-putting, a little kind of weird, but harmless mostly. She starts exploring around the property and she finds out that, weirdly enough, every single man in this village looks just like Jeffrey. It's very strange. She also has fears of being stalked by a man from the woods, and things escalate from there. That's all I'm going to say for a synopsis. It's hard to really give this as without any spoilers, but also it's just a very strange film. Here's the thing. I love Alex Garland. Most of his films, except for one or two, have been incredible. Ex Machina was one of my favorite movies of the last decade. And Annihilation was a really good movie as well. 28 Days Later remains my favorite. But this movie, I've been waiting for several years. I was excited for it, right? I really hate to say my excitement was not met with whatever the hell this movie was. It's very underwhelming. It's a big disappointment, quite frankly. It really felt like a movie that the writer-director wrote for himself and nobody else. And I say that because the characters are extremely two-dimensional. And we don't get any answers or explanations for certain things. We just are shown things and expected to kind of piece it together, which normally I enjoy that in a film, but this one did nothing to help with that. There's no real backstory for Harper. The only really good scenes of this movie are the flashbacks showing the fight her and her husband had before he jumped. Incredible scenes. Really good. I think we need to make men stop making movies that men are bad. Listen, this movie had some really good moments. Making the tension and atmosphere in this movie, incredible. Like the first half hour of this movie, tense, creepy, scary. The rest of the movie, what the fuck did I just watch, guys? I mean that with all due respect. Alex Garland is a mastercraft at his job. This one is just a big swing and a miss. I hated it, honestly. Like, I was not pulled into it in the way I thought I would. I gave it some time. I watched it. And, okay, hate is a strong word. I didn't hate it, but it's not what you think it's going to be. And it's marketed as a horror film, and it looks so good based on the trailers. And then you see it, and I feel like your average horror fan, which I believe was most of the people in my theater, were very confused and disturbed by what was happening, as was I, honestly. I mean, I'm kind of used to this stuff. I'm used to weird avant-garde shit. This was too much. This just doesn't make sense. It's vastly disappointing. The acting, like, amazing. Jessie Buckley gives it all with what she has, which is no character development. And Rory Kinnear plays 7 different people. Great job. And like I said, tension, atmosphere, shot choices. Wonderful. I don't like it, though, when we have a character who we're supposed to be rooting for, who's supposed to be smart, who just kind of lets things happen instead of immediately, I don't know, calling the police or doing things that a normal person would do in that situation. She just kind of lets it happen and just stares blankly while it happens. I don't know. I'm tired of men writing movies from a women's perspective, and they mean well, but it does not come across as that. This movie, don't go see it. I'm sorry. I can't really even recommend it. I mean, if you really love Alex Garland and it looked good to you, give it a shot, but just know your expectations should be a lot lower than what they probably are, which is what I had run into that problem. Yeah, tension was good, atmosphere was there, story half-baked. Nothing really made sense. It did not need to be made. Men are bad, men can be evil, and you could have made a really good horror film with that, but instead we get this hot mess. So, yeah, Men gets a 2 out of 5 from me. solely for the tension and atmosphere of the first 30 minutes. After that, it's a hot mess of what the hell am I watching? What was the point of that? And then, you know, if you're like me, you left the theater feeling absolutely nothing but disappointment and confusion. So yeah, that's my review, guys. Let me know what you think in the comments if you've seen it. If you want to explain it to me, maybe someone has a better grasp of what they took away from it. I don't. Let me know in the comments what you think. You know, let me know in the comments if there's any other movies you want me to make a review of. I will. I can give you a shout out as well. I have time. Just no one recommends stuff, so recommend a movie for me. I'll review it, guys. But anyway, thanks for watching. Comment, subscribe, what have you. I don't know when I'll be making another review unless one of you suggests something. So until then,